What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and today I'm continuing to rank my favorite Pokemon of each type. This list comes from my experiences playing through the Pokemon franchise over the past several years. The order of this series is based on my least favorite type to my most favorite type, and I will be covering all of the 18 types. A dual-type Pokemon has the possibility to be considered for both types it has, because if it is one of my favorite Pokemon, it should be considered for both lists. With all that being said, sit back and relax as we dive into the Steel type. Number 10, Escavalier. This is such an epic Pokemon. Despite a quad weakness to fire, this thing can actually be pretty destructive force. I've always liked seeing Escavalier in the anime, flexing its arms which remind me of medieval Lance and jousting. Escavalier became one of my mascots for Draft League in Season 2 of the Premier Draft League and was my mascot for 2 seasons. Those 2 seasons were some of my favorite times during the PDL, so I very fondly remember this Pokemon, and it really just increases my ties with Escavalier. Although I've never used one, I sure would like to. Number 9, Magnezone. I wasn't really a fan of Magneton and Magnemite until I played Mystery Dungeon, but even then that wasn't enough for me to like this Pokemon. Enter Magnezone. Magnezone increased my enjoyment of this evolutionary line tremendously. It is an incredibly powerful Pokemon that I have just enjoyed seeing strategies built around this Pokemon. Magnezone was part of my best team for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon as a powerful option to deal with Ultra Necrozma, as well as being a useful member of the team. Number 8, Aggron. I wasn't a big fan of Aggron for most of my Pokemon career. I always caught an Aeron in Generation 3, but I don't think I've ever fully evolved this Pokemon through a playthrough. This thing looks powerful and absolutely terrifying. Although I never actually consider this thing as a threat because it has 2 4x weaknesses to 2 very common offensive typings. What really sold me on this Pokemon was its Mega Form. It becomes a pure Steel types and as well get the ability Filter, which minimizes its weaknesses. I had a Mega Aggron in Season 2 of my PDL team on my Rain team, and it solidified its place on the team as I had it as a hazard setter that easily tanked a +6 Shadow Claw from Mimikyu, and then proceeded to OHKO it for its trouble. This thing is incredibly powerful, but without my experience in Draft League, I can say that I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as I do. Number 7, Alolan Sandslash. I really liked Sandslash before Alola came out, and I was very bummed that I couldn't use the Ice Sandslash because I had the Sun version of the game. Alolan Sandslash instantly became a team member for my first journey through Let's Go, and was a valuable team member. The Ice Steel typing was quite cool, pardon the pun, to see, although it does have a few weaknesses that cause it some problems, notably one to fire and fighting, which are both 4 times. I've also enjoyed using this on some of my Hail teams since it is one of the best Hail abusers with its ability. It also reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is one of my favorite franchises out there next to Pokemon, making it something that I had to try out eventually. Number 6, Bronzong. Bronzong wasn't something I overtly was impressed with when it first came out in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Eventually, I decided to draft it into my team for Draft League and found great success with it. I like the abilities of this Pokemon being useful for different kinds of situations. You have ground immunity with Levitate or fire resistance, or you can boost the power of Heavy Slam and invest in utility with increased weight. Bronzong also gets access to Self Rocks, which plays into my utility of entry hazards for most of my teams. And overall, I have enjoyed every time I've decided to grab this Mon and put it on a team, and I really would be interested in using it throughout a playthrough. Number 5, Jirachi. Jirachi has always been one of my favorite mythical Pokemon, mostly because I always found it to be a difficult Pokemon to take down. Jirachi was another member of my past Draft League teams, and Jirachi is one of those Pokemon that I enjoy because of its ability to run in a variety of ways, since mythical Pokemon have 100 in each base stat. Jirachi can be run defensively with hazards and toxic, or as an all-out attacker, either on the physical or special side. Jirachi also has a really cool shiny for a Steel type, being a simple change to red instead of blue, which just makes me like it. Also, it has a really cool role in Mystery Dungeon as well. Number 4, Excadrill. Another competitive Pokemon that functioned on one of my sand teams was Excadrill. Ground Steel was a cool typing to me, but I wasn't a big fan of the slowness of Steelix. Excadrill changed all of that in Generation 5. Not only did it become one of my favorites, it also made me enjoy Ground and Steel as types, which now become some of my favorite types out there. I like seeing it paired with Tyranitar just to obliterate opposition in Sword and Shield as a nice Sand Core in VGC. Excadrill has great abilities depending on what you need it for the team, allowing it to be customized based on your trainer's needs. I also like how I knew Iris wasn't a good trainer and refused to fight for her half the time in the anime, which made Excadrill pretty cool. Number 3, Lucario. I know it's a pretty obvious Pokemon, and it could be even a number 1, but I do really like Lucario. Fighting Skill is a pretty cool typing as well, making Lucario a fun Pokemon to use. I became attached to getting, hatching, and training Riolu every time I played Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, because you get the Egg on Iron Island. I've also had success using Lucario in Draft League, and even has one of my best KDs of all time from a season. Lucario runs well either physically or specially, making it really adaptable to its trainer, which is a quality I really like about Pokemon who can do it. I also really connected with it from the anime movie it debuted in, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Something about the Aura lore really intrigued me and made me want to try this thing out when I got a chance to, which has made it my favorite fighting type Pokemon. Number 2, Celesteela. Celesteela is a very weird Ultra Beast, as I am well aware. But my enjoyment of this Pokemon comes from my first experience with Draft League. If you can't tell, a lot of my favorite Pokemon are because of Draft League. Celesteela was my first pick in Season 1 of what is now the PDL, and it was an absolute unit dealing out massive damage and being a defensive tank. It was 100% my MVP of the season, as I relied on it every single match to carry me to victory. I haven't had much use of this Pokemon since then, but it is similar to legendary Pokemon where you get them at the end of the game, so it's really hard to use and get through a playthrough. I would really like to get one in a randomizer at some point and just see it wreck shop. At number 1, Corviknight. Corviknight is such an awesome Pokemon and quickly became one of my favorites when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out. I feel like Corviknight was a great option for the story of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I also like how Corviknight is a taxi service in the game, so it's kind of essential to get around quickly. The design for this Pokemon is pretty awesome, and I really enjoy its pre-evolutions being solely flying types, since there aren't many of them in the existence of the Pokemon world, and it just kind of makes Corviknight unique for me. These reasons are why Corviknight is my favorite Steel type. Well, that's my list of my favorite Steel types. Let me know what your favorite Steel type is in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content from the channel. And check out the description for other ways to stay connected, such as following on Twitter, joining us on Twitch, and joining us in the Discord server. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.